started? Going nuts with us.
We just started, Gracie.
Sorry.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Going Nuts with Glenn and Gracie. I'm Glenn the Baker.
I'm Gracie the comedian.
Yes, and we have a special guest, everybody. Our guest is an author. This is our second author on the show. She is the author of this book right here. It's called We All Have a Bear to Cross. What a cool name. Her name is Kathleen Kacie Cooper, everybody. Welcome.
How you do, everybody? Glad to meet you.
And she's also an actress.
Comedian.
Yes.
I remember seeing you at the Ice House a long time ago.
Oh, my goodness.
You had kind of like a Lily Tomlin thing going on that night.
Oh, my gosh. Was me? Are you sure that was me?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I found? I have to show it to you before you leave. I found a CD that we did of our class. It was, I went up there, Renee, because Juan was asking me, Renee's partner, if I had any videos of the shows that we used to do. And I have the one that I watched mine, and I think you're on it too. So I didn't really watch the whole thing, but oh my gosh, it was crazy because that's when we first started doing the comedy thing.
Yeah.
So Kacie, you probably don't know, you are responsible for Gracie and I meeting. All right.
Really?
At Cerritos College in 1997.
Are you thanking me now? You're giving me credit, right?
We'll see how this all ends, you know. But
Misery to me. Thanks, Kate.
Summer of 97, I had been going to Cerritos for like a year already, and I was taking film classes.
Oh, there you go.
And I decided to get into the acting programs there, and I auditioned for the summer one-act plays.
Oh, okay.
And I got a part in as the Trix Bunny Rabbit. You know, it was a play. These were student written plays.
Yeah, remember that?
And the Trix Rabbit was on trial for like assaulting a little boy or something like that.
And I auditioned for the part because it had no lines. I'm like, oh god, yeah, I'll audition for this.
So Gracie, take over from this in this story.
Well, what happened is that Casey and Betsy go, oh, let's go audition for the play is over there, it's just college. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's like too much because I don't know if I remember all that stuff. So there was one part where there was no lines. I said, oh, I'm going to audition for that part because there's no lines. So I told the guy I was auditioning for that part and that I had one of those machines. That's the only reason I got that part.
Because you're a stenographer, right?
Yeah. No, somebody lent me her machine.
Oh, okay.
I borrowed it.
Oh.
So anyway, that's the only reason I got that part. And then what happened is that somebody quit, and then somebody asked me, the director's like, hey, well, actually the producer of the whole show, remembers Kevin, he goes, well, do you want another part? And I'm like, okay. So that's how I met him, because I ended up being a cheerleader in another play with him in it. So I was in 2 plays actually with him, one-act plays.
Oh.
But it was because of you guys.
That's where the Glenn, it's in my brain, but where? What year? That's only.
He knows the years, I don't know.
Yeah, that was summer of 97. The girl who was playing my girlfriend had quit. She probably took a look at me and said, I'm not doing this.
Exactly.
So she took off, and I needed a new girlfriend, and that's where she came in.
Oh, wow.
Girlfriend. Isn't that crazy?
21 years old and 41 years old, and she was like all freaked out, you know.
Yeah.
She asked me, she's like, how old are you? And I'm like, 21. And I think you carded me, didn't you? Because you didn't want to like molest anybody or something.
No.
Because we had to kiss. We had to kiss in there, and it wasn't just like little peg. We had to make out.
I had to make out with this kid. Can you imagine?
Whoa. And you're sure that's the year that I auditioned, or I just took you there?
Yeah. No, you, Betsy, and I went and auditioned.
Oh.
All 3 of us.
But I didn't get cast.
No. That's the funny part. They wanted to be cast, and I didn't. I just went for the ride. And
There you go. There you go.
But you know what? I always get cast for parts that I'm not even in the play. Remember the one play you guys, Algernon, what was it called?
Flowers for Algernon. Oh, yeah.
My daughter was in that play. Casey's son was in it.
Both sons,
Both
Tony
sons
and
were in it.
Benny.
And were you in it?
Yeah.
I think you were in it. I wasn't in it. My daughter's a minor, so I had to just hang out with her while they were, rehearsing. Next thing you know, somebody quit. Oh, you got that part. Somebody else quit. I ended up with 3 parts on that play.
Wow.
And that's crazy. So every time I'm in a play or something, it always happens that I'm just there and I get casted.
Well, I guess I got sick of auditioning, and I said, well, this could be easy, right? so I wrote a one act, and I think our teacher, Kevin Hoggard, he must have put in a word for me. Oh yeah, Kacie, let her have it. You know, she's been putting her time in. So the girl I should have cast, like one of the twins, Maria.
Yeah.
They would have been perfect because it was about all answering the telephone. You can't talk to a human being, you know. And but it was fun. But you know, every time you finish something, I don't know about you guys, but I always look back. I could have done this. I could have done that. I should have done this. But that's how we learn, I guess.
So you've always been a writer then? You know, you've always been into writing, or
just the last 15 years when I joined the senior memoir writing. So I've done a lot of memoir writing, and all the stories. Oh, I'm trying to throw some of them away. You know, I put them together. And well, I don't know if you want to talk about that now.
Well, you know, I haven't read the book, but I know about it, and I read, the synopsis. You and I have a lot in common. We both have fathers who were bears, basically. Who both had fathers who growled while we were growing up.
Glad to meet you.
Yeah, they never smiled. And I was always afraid of him. I mean, afraid of him growing up.
Okay, well, this will be a book for you, and I'm hoping I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of kids our age, your age, that they're going to find, that happened to me, or, and that's what I was hoping for, especially to understand or see, well, how did you handle it? But I tried to, I heard about 5 stories from my grandmother, my father's mom. I used to hang out with her a lot, and she told me these little short stories. So I go, how can I bring those in to this? So I'll let you guys find out if you get the book. When you get the book.
Yeah, you can find it on Amazon.
Yes, it's available on Amazon right now. It looks interesting. You talk about dreams that you had about bears.
Oh, yeah. No panda bears, no teddy bears. It was all freakish, polar bears. There's an ugly story about a polar bear in there. I wish it wasn't real, but it was. And grizzly bears, and it's like, that reminds me of somebody else, my dad. And I sort of relate that, and I'm sure somebody will be able to relate to that,
Gosh, now that you said your dad was a bear, I knew your dad, and he's a bear.
You remember him?
How can I not remember him?
I know. He's but and the funny thing, he was a very kind-hearted person. But I'm a little bit like him. I mean, when this is nonsense, you're going to hear from me. And he had a kind heart, but it's weird because the older he got, the angrier he got. But like my daughter Monique and I went over there, and my daughter really helped because he was a little bit of a collector. And she tried to get him a room. Mom, he's got to be able to sleep. He was sleeping on the couch that my grandmother, his mother, had 40 years ago, before that,
Yeah.
And we got to know the good side of him. Like, he would say something to Monique, and she'd cry if it hurt her feelings. And you could just see him coming down, So I'm thankful that she and I got to see that part of him. And I got to understand myself a little bit better, and forgive him.
Yeah.
Because that's really all it's about, We can't really expect anything from our parents. If we get it, hallelujah. But it gave me a lot to write about, So I had fun. I had fun for around 5-6 years after he passed away. And I don't know. Yes, I do know why I was waiting, because I didn't know how he'd react. But now going back and reading the stories, I think it would crack him up, because he had a great sense of humor. But he was, when we were little, like he might have gone through too. It's no fun. I mean, I don't know if this was how it was at your house, but at least every other day it was hell. Like the bombings and but there was only one newscaster, and it was him. You know, he was, middle of the night. So
It was like unpredictable in my house.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
that
okay.
was the hardest part because like any moment something could blow up. You know, like that was
Yes.
just you're all of a sudden your piece could just be like boom, just devastated. Like, and I was a little kid, so I didn't.
Yeah. So he's still alive.
He's still alive,
Oh,
and he hasn't changed much, but I have.
Oh,
I mean,
I love it.
even she knows that I still get angry a little bit. But I work through it because I like you said, you got to forgive.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's only human.
Yeah.
He's not super dad or
Right.
Superman.
Well, and I think
and I'm thankful for the things that he has done because I mean it's so much.
That's it. That's the key right there. And I think the more you appreciate them, like you just said, I mean, appreciate this is them. They don't know how to everything that's going to make you happy because they're going in their world. That's their world. So if of course, you can't tell a 8-year-old, a 10-year-old that. So.
No, it was tough because, and then it was tough like listening to them because I was seeing their relationship fall apart, but then they would turn and like control me and be like, you can't do this, and my young mind was like, well, why do I have to listen to these people who are falling apart? And I was a smart kid, I knew everything that was going on between them. And they thought I didn't understand it, like most parents back in those days, kind of ignore the kids, and he's not going to remember.
Or they speak a different language and they don't teach the kids that, like my ex.
Okay, yeah. But that's what I thought of immediately when I read the synopsis of your book, and the name too. It's like perfect. We all do have a bear that we have to cross in life. And so, how long? You said it took you 5 years?
5 or 6 years. But I was having fun. So actually, when I started, it was a slow process. Well, this is going to be for my book. When I actually started, I go, I'll take this chapter and tweak it a little bit. And what's more important now, or what have I learned? And I'll throw that in. What was your question?
How long did it take you to write? How long was the whole process from the beginning of the writing to having this right here?
Probably 6 years and 6 months. The printing took a while, and then since I'm self-published, I didn't know anything, and but my thing was, okay, I'm so tired of it. Now I got to do some more. Okay, I'll do a little bit more. And I wanted to get it printed. So I'm just very thankful that I got it printed. But last week, a friend, no, I don't even know him, but he noticed the title. I guess because we all, I think a lot of people know we all have a cross to bear, but it's a little bit like that, but a little bit different. Mm-hmm. But I thought, no, I got to put that, and I try to relate it. There's some, what do you call them?
Analogies?
You sort of relate it to something, it starts with an M. Come on, Glenn, help me out here. Not memoirs.
Mementos?
I like that. Okay, I'm just going to say mementos. I just, relate it to, just for them, bears and my dad and different things. Well, you'll understand after you read the whole thing. So.
There's 2 balloons on here. And, will we find out, like little meaning?
Yeah, well, after you read it, you'll.
Okay.
Somebody said, I wanted to put a red balloon there. Oh, no, you can't do that because something, I won't say it, but some movie had that red balloon and it wasn't good.
Oh, the clown movie or something?
It?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Was it gruesome or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Put 2 because 2 is really what relate. But you'll understand after you read the whole thing, and I put that in there.
So how do you get something published like this? I mean, how does that all work?
Well,
What's the process? To get this actually
Oh my gosh. Well, first you have to finish it. You have to, if you want to, there's so many publishing companies, and I was reading where they don't publish everybody.
Right.
It's like, oh, okay, maybe I won't even try there. But there was a couple in the class that had a publishing at their house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, okay, and they were so kind and beautiful writers. Like, oh, I'll have them do it. But I think they're getting out of the business, because they were doing it after 10 years and telling me how it works with Amazon.
Mhm.
It was really interesting, but it was what he had to do, So, and she goes, well, we'll print it, but we won't publish it. And then she went and spent many, many hours with me, showing me how to put the pictures on the page, which is not the easiest thing if you're not that illiterate on a computer.
Mhm.
So she really went over and above. So,
And there's some really cool pictures in here. I didn't mean to interrupt, by the way. Really cool pictures in here. Pictures of you as a little girl. There's one of you here. You're a little girl and you're writing. You're writing something down with your horse in front of you. Really cool pictures. You talk about your grandparents. They were. Am I getting this right? Were they part of the circus, or they traveled with a?
well, my dad's mother joined the circus, and I won't tell you how she got into it, but she raised a couple bears in the circus. So I tried to put as much as she told me about all around the circus, But the thing that really got me, I mean, if I go way back to when I wanted to be a writer, it was, I think, that the same time as that picture. When I was in 8th grade, my friend Linda Kenner, she's out there, she was setting, in our classroom, everybody had taken off, and Maggie Garcia had written a little tiny book, right? And the guy's name was Blue. And Linda Kenner she had her leg crossed, and she's reading this book, and I'm just watching her, and I'm thinking, that's what I want to do. I want to make somebody really to get into a book,
Yeah.
So that's really what started it. But I didn't really start writing. I didn't start reading until I was in this memoir writing class with Pawnee Monsell. She goes, if you want to be a writer, you have to be a reader. Okay.
It's good to know, huh?
Yeah. But I started getting into, I read the, what's that one about, The Old Man and the Sea?
Mhm.
And I remember back when my family, when I was a kid, us 4 kids, and my mom and dad went to the drive-in to see it, I was the only one awake. So to the end, and I guess that showed me how much I loved movies.
Mhm.
But then when, 15, 20 years ago or whatever, I want to read the book. Oh my gosh, I couldn't put it down. I want to see how it turns out. So to Hemingway, thank you. You sort of helped me get into the writing mode.
Mhm.
So you have to have, Glenn, what really helped me on this, I think whatever you do, and I can see it within you, both of your eyes, you have to have the passion for it,
Mhm.
and that'll carry you, that'll get you, that'll kick you in the butt or whatever you need,
Mhm.
So that's what's helped me a little bit. I got it finished, hallelujah, that's all I can say.
I know, 'cause I remember you writing for a long time, or saying you've been wanting to write it, you're going to write it.
Oh, my
I remember
God.
that.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then I think what helped her the most is having that call, at the Senior Citizen Center, how they had the writing class. I
Yeah.
remember you would come and, I had a comedy show, and I don't know if you went, and she went, and she did, I don't remember what you did, but it wasn't comedy, but it was written like a little a sketch, like a one-woman show.
Oh my
You
gosh.
don't remember that?
Where was it held?
Was that the Ice House show?
No, it was over there at the the Steelhouse place. I don't know.
The
Oh.
Steelhouse place.
It's some kind of stuff. It was like one of the comics had that room, and he asked if I wanted to do a show there, and I had Casey and some other comedians.
Oh, my memory.
And you did some. I don't even know what. I can't remember what you did. Sorry, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm like bad at memory too.
Oh,
But
man.
Kacie and I have done so much stuff. I mean, we were in a play one time, and I was like a librarian, and you were like normal wild, and she was trying to get me to be wild in this play. Don't you remember the one with it was me and your sister were in it, and I was a librarian, and it was because we were in the Norwalk Community Playhouse.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had that, so we were in several plays with that.
Oh, yeah.
But the director was horrible. So you'd have to actually direct yourself, right?
Yeah, oh,
You had to direct yourself. So I remember your sister and I were over there rehearsing, and because this director wasn't showing us what to do. And then her and I even got a picture in the newspaper. I guess somebody was taking pictures, and they took a picture of her sister and I, and we're in the Norwalk newspaper because this play was going to come out. Yeah. But that was fun times.
Oh, we've done a lot of fun times back to, I think, 87. That's when, my daughter was only 3 then, so I can have some fun now. I'll go out and about. And we're in the old Burnite Center in the foyer. Mm-hmm. And I'm, I think, rehearsing with you or Fernie, and I get this call on the phone. Your daughter's calling the security here. What's this all about? I go, well, she's only 3. Give her a break. She wants to be an actress, and she did. But we've had some really fun times.
1987. So you know how we met. How did you two?
How did we meet?
Probably. And Kevin's. I got a lot of footage from.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Our acting class. I think we met in an acting class.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing I ever heard her say was, we had this one sheet of paper, right? And it had like 8 lines. You have a line, I have a line, you have a line, goes back and forth. And the only line I remember is she's a taxi driver.
Oh, I remember everybody who's
and they go over the bump or something, and she turns around and tells, are you hurt, or are you all right? Are you hurt? And it was just hilarious.
I guess because of my face impressions, the way I want to go, are you hurt? Or something?
Yeah, oh my
God, don't we start laughing?
Yeah.
I guess I do better without verbally saying anything, maybe just my face stuff, because even when I did that play with you, when I was a stenographer and I didn't have any words, and I put character in that. I was eating a carrot, and then when kind of like something happened, and I started the machine, I had to fix the paper, and I started typing really fast. So I kind of and it was kind of cool because they had, when they have those people that come out and interview you and see how the plays are going and stuff.
Yeah, we would have someone come in and evaluate it.
Yeah, and then the judges, and I remember they gave me a really, they talked about me, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool because I had no lines. So I guess that kind of helps others. Maybe I should be wearing my glasses doing comedy and just use my face impression.
There you go. Well,
I get more laughs.
I had one tell me, what was, You Can't Take It With You, one of those plays, and it said, all it said was, we couldn't believe you because you were too happy or something. I'm sorry, so I'll try harder not to be happy. Maybe that's what happened to me. Since then, I don't want to show happiness,
Oh my gosh.
Get in trouble, but if you can do improv all your life,
I don't know about improv because we had that improv. I went to every rehearsal, and I never even got casted on the show. It just really pissed me off.
Was that you're talking about the reunion?
Yeah, we did the reunion. Kacie and I we went to all the rehearsals and everything, and then when it's time to do all the show, I'm like, okay, where am I at?
You weren't in any of the formats.
No, it just said, just jump in. Well, how can you jump in when all the young ones are all hogging it anyway? It was just a disaster. And then they were having another one, a Zoom one. I don't know if they asked you to do it. And what's her name was asking me to do it, Sylvia. And I said, no, I'm going to pass because of the experience I had last time. Mm-hmm. It's why am I going to do that again?
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to waste my time again.
Yeah, I noticed in that type of environment, you have to, like they said, jump in. You really have to jump in. That's the only way. Or, okay, then we'll play favorites or this little click over here. Mm-hmm. man.
Yeah,
Okay, I had
so-
enough of that in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I'm too old for this bullshit. I wasn't like, even when I go, I'm not even in it. Why am I even here? I was actually gonna go home.
Right, I
That's what I
remember
thought about it.
you
I
never
don't know.
missed anything, and they what?
I
Mm-mm.
want to be on just one freaking one. And I really wanted to be. What are you selling? I love that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite. What are you selling?
Yeah.
Well,
You
that's
have
the
to
thing.
guess.
It's like you're not part of the clique, you know. And
Right.
It's like you say, they play favorites.
Yeah.
But you know, we do keep in touch with a lot of people from back then, and we're even doing a play on this show. We're doing a play called Fat Man in Skirts by Nikki Silver, and Gracie's playing like one of the leads, and we're doing it on
Can you believe
here,
that?
but on like
Like a
Zoom.
Zoom, like
It's
a
gonna
Zoom.
be like a little video
Oh,
play.
how exciting! Yeah.
So we're in the process of recording that now. Like we've been doing it over a week now, doing the scenes
Oh my gosh.
little by little,
Yeah.
and it should be out like next month probably in 3 different chapters. So we'll see how
Yeah.
that turns out. It's like the first time I acted since
Oh.
Cerritos.
But we're not really acting
really?
because it's not too much acting because you're right in front of the
It's
screen
more of a
there.
read through,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're
But,
reading
but
it.
we're using backgrounds and sound effects and things
Oh,
like that.
is that original?
Yeah, it's well, not by us. It's by a guy named Nikki Silver. It's pretty well known, even though I've never heard of it.
Uh huh.
I hope we don't get sued.
What would we do?
We're not charging for it.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's also one of those plays that's good to practice, for actors to practice on.
Yeah, he goes,
Okay.
and I started reading I thought, oh shit, I have like a 2-page monologue.
It's a lot of monologues. It's
Oh.
about a mother and son on a deserted island, and the son goes from being very soft to this ogre,
Oh, I love it already.
and it's really a little edgy.
Uh huh.
He eats people,
There's cannibalism and
Ooh.
and I go crazy.
Oh.
yeah.
I go nuts.
No wonder you cast her. She learned a lot from her buddy.
So yeah, we're doing that with all our friends from back then. You know, from '97, from those days. We're still in touch.
Say some of the other guys. Or
You
can you?
don't know. They're,
Oh, you probably
no, they're not from
know.
Cerritos College.
They're like
Oh.
They're from ELAC.
ELAC, but from
Oh.
that same
East LA
era,
College.
East LA College.
Oh.
Yes, we
Okay.
were going to Cerritos. We met some people from East LA College, and that's when we started doing improv. I think a little more, right?
Yeah.
We started
Because
forming our own
remember,
groups.
Cerritos College had their own little.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't part of that.
Yes.
We were rejected by that group, so we started our own improv group at the other college.
Well, you know, there was a I forget her name. One of the classes, I can't remember who was in it, but did we bring? Oh, we brought in our own work, and the teacher was a friend of a friend. He was in a movie, so he got that position, and she and I always thought, well, if you're sexy or blonde, they'll read your stuff, and so we just sort of paid attention to that. But I'm not going to say any more about that because
She
I
got,
want to
she
know
got-
who.
You guys know why she got in trouble for quitting the play.
did I?
Yes, remember Kevin was kind of upset because you said, "Forget, I don't want to do this."
Really?
You-
Oh,
you
I got to
guys
hear
were
about
casted,
this.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's too late now. It's like 25 years old.
Really? Oh well,
Well, good for you.
I was just going to say the one girl that we thought the same way. She started her own female improv because she was tired of all the guys. Just, I'm sorry, no offense.
No.
That's they have everything and they sort of block the females. So I never heard from her after, except one time she goes, "We're doing really good." She goes, "You interested?" I go, "No, no."
Come on, you should have done it now that you think about
Well, something else was going on, probably.
Well, you had better things to do, like start on this book. I want everyone to go on Amazon and check it out. It's affordable. It's really good. We all have a bear to cross, and we've just crossed the first half of this show. Don't go away. We've got a lot more nuttiness with Kacie. We'll be right back.